Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Markus Olind Loves PC. I am broadcasting live from Oklahoma, outside of Oklahoma City. Been doing some shows down here the last couple days. Gonna be down in Forney, Texas on Saturday. So if you're watching this on Saturday, come check me out in Forney, Texas at the Ice House, man. It's been fun down here, dude. It's been real interesting. They got some real good weed in Oklahoma. I'll say that too. And, people are pretty hospitable. It's kind of that southern hospitality, but it's also that kind of Oklahoma, Texas, Wyoming, toughness, because this is a rugged country, dude. I drove down here, and I was like, dude, this is some shit. This is like some frontier trail stuff right now, man. But it's been good to be down here. It's good to get out of Michigan a little bit. You got to travel. You got to go around and you got to see different parts of this country so that you can appreciate it a little bit more. It's an aspect of diversity that a lot of people don't talk about, like the fact that there's a whole different world if you just go to different states, and it's a whole different culture and different people and all that stuff. So it's been cool down here, man. And I'm going to be on the road now still for another about a week and a half before I head back to Michigan. And then hopefully, again, I go to another place, man. I don't know, because I don't know how much longer Michigan's going to be closed. I know that there have been more protests and shit like that against Governor Whitmer in Michigan. And I know that she made some decisions on opening gyms and stuff, but still nothing on comedy clubs, because God forbid you let people enjoy themselves, right? Or let me fucking go tell some goddamn dick jokes. No, can't have that. Fuck that, right? Apparently. So that's still going on, man. And I don't know when Whitmer's going to get her shit together, but I think a lot of people are sick of it. I'm personally sick of it. I don't get it. What the fuck, lady? Are the numbers that bad? I don't think they are. And then you take into account that the CDC has come out and said that only 6% of all COVID deaths are actually only COVID. And a lot of them, other ones are the comorbidities and other shit, other factors that might have killed the person, like a shot in the head. Oh, but they had COVID, so it's a COVID death. Oh, you don't think that bullet through the fucking dome had anything to do with them dying? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Shut it down. Shut it the fuck down. But people are still having rallies. Trump went to Michigan, had a big old rally. No one gave a fuck. I saw 2 masks. I was watching the video. I saw 2 people rocking masks at a Trump rally. Dude, you want to be ostracized? Wear a mask at a Trump rally, dude. That shit is not going to go well for you, dude. It's fascinating, man. On the drive down here, I saw so many Trump signs. Obviously, I drove from Michigan through Ohio, through Indiana, Southern Illinois, Missouri, and then into Oklahoma. And, obviously a lot of those states are red anyway. Indiana's red. Illinois is blue, but when you're in Southern Illinois, you realize that the whole state isn't just Chicago. There's other parts of Illinois that are kind of, red areas, but Illinois will still go blue. Ohio is obviously a swing state, so we'll see. It went red last time. We'll see, though. I don't know. Missouri is going Trump. I'm going to call that shit right fucking now, just based on the signs that I saw driving down. It's dude, I swear to God, Missouri is the reddest state I've seen. Oklahoma also very, very red. And it's just fascinating to me because it's dude, you drive across the country and you can feel the pulse a little bit. You get out of your coastal cities. You go drive through the flyover states a little bit, and guess what you see? You see true Americans, and they got Trump signs up. God damn it. See some Biden signs, too. That's funny. That's funny when you see a Biden sign in the middle of the country. You see a Black Lives Matter sign in a rural area. You're like, that fucking guy. That guy's got balls and guns, because that guy has a Black Lives Matter sign, and he is in fucking Farmville. Dude in Fayetteville, Arkansas got a Black Lives Matter sign, dude. That's ballsy. It's like having a Trump sign in New York City, dude. It's okay, you're asking for it. You're talking shit. The lawn signs to me are hilarious because obviously a lot more of them go up around election time, and you get to see which people really want you to know how they feel. They're like, you got to know what I think. You're driving, you're just driving through my area, you're driving through my state, you got to know who I'm voting for so you can talk about it on your podcast. And I appreciate them for having those signs, so I have something to talk about. But, yeah, man, it's just interesting how you drive through different parts of the country and you're like, oh my God, dude. Where is this in the media? I don't see that. This is Fox News in real life, dude. It's kind of funny. And my favorite thing that I did on the road trip, because I have an old car. If you can't see, this is my minivan. I got my bed back there. You see that? I've been crashing with a buddy, so I haven't needed to use this yet, but I got it. And this car doesn't have, like, it has a CD player, it has a radio, but it doesn't have an aux cord. It doesn't have one of those cassette decks that you can plug a thing into and then it shoots out a fucking thing that you can plug into your thing. It doesn't have any of that. So I'm relying on CDs, which I have a couple good ones. I have a Limp Bizkit CD. I have some mixes. I have Bob Marley's greatest hits. I got some good shit. And then the radio. And obviously on a road trip, if you've ever been on a road trip, you know that radio is a dice game that you're playing. You're trying to figure out where can I find a fucking radio station. And what I really enjoyed doing was going onto AM radio and flipping between NPR and Rush Limbaugh. Because that shit could not be more different. You do not get a bigger spread, a bigger dichotomy in political opinions than when you listen to NPR and then Rush Limbaugh. Like some people are talking about, oh, I watch Fox News and then I flip to MSNBC and then I flip to CNN. And isn't it funny how different they are? Do that with the radio. Rush Limbaugh, NPR. Greatest radio beef, okay? That shit is the best radio rivalry of all fucking time because they are so polar opposites, okay? And they know it because they're radio. Who gives a fuck, right? They don't have to cater as much as the television stations do. So Rush Limbaugh can go full all the way to the right. NPR can go full all the way to the left, and it's so funny to listen to while you're driving through Missouri. It's really fucking awesome, dude. And one thing, shout out to Missouri. I do want to give a little shout out to Missouri because I didn't know about the Ozarks. Okay, I didn't know about the Ozark, like, little mountain, terrain, plateau, forest area. It's beautiful. Once I started driving and I got past St. Louis, I saw the arch. I was like, what's up, Nelly? And then I fucking started driving through the rest of Missouri. I'm like, dude, this is beautiful. I didn't know Missouri was beautiful. I thought Missouri was ugly. Then I drove through parts of southern Missouri and I saw the Ozarks and shit like that. I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking gorgeous, dude. It looks like the Amazon a little bit, Less fires. We keep our fires in the desert in California. Which, by the way, I've been seeing all the pictures. All my friends in LA have been showing me pictures of the red skies. And you see, someone posted a real cool video where they took, like, the soundtrack for Blade Runner and put it over actual drone footage of San Francisco. And it is pretty creepy, dude. It's pretty fucking crazy, man. But, like, I love, because I've seen tweets now from Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton with, like, those orange California pictures. And they talked about climate change is on the ballot this fall. And it's like, the best tweet I saw was like, because thank God we didn't know about climate change from 2008 to 2016. It's like watching Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama blame Trump for climate change is hilarious. It's so funny because it's like, so y'all had nothing. Climate change just showed up in 2016. I don't think so. I think you could have done something. But that's like what that's standard DNC fucking shit. Is call out an actual problem, global warming, or they'll call out poverty, or they'll call out, certain problems in society, and they'll be like, look how the Republicans don't give a shit about it. And then you have to actually remember that the Democrats never gave a shit about it. It's kind of smart marketing on their end where they're like, look at how little they care about this. And a lot of people get caught up in it, and they're like, yeah, the Republicans don't give a shit about this. But then other people look at it and say, well, sure, the Republicans don't give a shit about global warming, but neither do the Democrats. What the fuck are you talking about? None of these parties, they're the same fucking party, okay? They bleed into each other, okay? And they basically have the same policies on 90... Like, if you look at the Democrat and the Republican policy platforms, the amount that they, in practice, I don't mean what they put forth at the convention virtually, I mean what they have actually done in the past 40 years... Dude, it is the same. 80% of it is the exact same. And it's like, y'all don't fucking disagree that with each other in private as much as you do on TV. And they do that on purpose because they get everyone riled up like me. They get everyone fucking riled up like, oh my God, look at how awful the Democrats and Republicans are. It's like, dude, they're just doing that so you think you have a choice. They fucking go in the same big conference room and suck each other's dicks and fuck babies and watch Cuties, which is great, by the way. And they do that. That's what they do. Watch Cuties. I was in Cuties. It's my first Netflix credit. I'm really proud of it. I twerk. I do some real hot male twerking in Cuties, so check me out in that. I was actually one of the only cast members who was over the age of 18, which made it harder for me. Okay, that's what people don't talk about with representation, is like, I wanted to twerk on Cuties, and they were like, look, this is a show about young girls finding themselves through ass shaking. I don't know if you're really going to be able to fit the role. And I was like, well, first of all, you don't know anything about me. Like, I am a 12-year-old girl, and I have found myself through, like, I am the part, okay? I am Queens Boulevard. I literally am Cuties, dude. So I was like, please give me this role. And they were like, all right, well, we'll let you audition for it, which in Hollywood, an audition is you just suck their dick. So I sucked their dick. I got onto Cuties, and I was like, fuck yeah. I was the only cast member on Cuties who was over the age of 18. I was the only cast member who was born male, because I have a penis. And that was challenging on the set, because the set was designed to sexualize young children. So then these directors, these producers at Netflix, right, the Obamas had this challenge. Well, how do we sexualize this 26-year-old white man with a beard? How do you do it? And I was like, look, I understand it's a challenge, but as artists, we have to come together. We have to work on this as a team. So, I worked with the producers at Cuties, and basically what we decided is I needed to get some ass implants, which I got for the role. I kind of Christian Baled it. I wanted to go natural, but I knew I didn't have time because the gyms are closed. So I was like, I can't do enough squats. Can we do some ass implants? And they're like, yes, we can get you some ass injections, actually. So that's why I have ass injections right now. Thinking about getting them taken out. I don't know. We'll see. But I have these ass injections for Cuties. And, I showed up on set after they healed a little bit. And the swelling went down to the normal level, and they were like, your ass looks great. If you'd have had this when you auditioned, I think you would have gotten the part for sure. So that's my Cuties story. I made it. I'm on Netflix, and I'm really excited about it. I think, there's going to be big things that come out of this. I talked to the Netflix people. They're like, your comedy really isn't that funny, so I don't know if we're going to put it. It's not funny for our crowd. Like, we know people might laugh at it, but they're doing it for the wrong reasons. It's a lot of white people who probably like your comedy, so we really don't want your comedy on Netflix. But, that ass shaking you did for Cuties was amazing. I really changed the game. Like, I go and watch Cuties, actually, because you'll see me in it, and you'll be like, wow, he really carries it. Like, without me in Cuties, man, that shit, I mean, it's still a good story, and there's still some great acting and ass shaking in it, but what I brought in my role, and it wasn't even a lead role, but the role that I played, it was the role of Jacques, because it's French, Cuties. The role of Jacques that I played, like, it was pivotal to the plot unfolding, to everything in the story. And then you get to see, the twerking that I do is the best in all of Cuties as well. So you'll get to see that as well. You'll be like, Marcus, how'd you get so good at twerking? I'm like, dude, it's all about the ass injections. Okay, it's all about the ass injections. And that's really honestly what held some of these 12-year-old girls back, is like, look, you're 12. You don't have a fat ass. It's hard to twerk a lack of an ass. You're 12. It's not even your fault. And I try to tell these girls, I try to mentor them, right? As an older person in the industry, I try to be like, look, girls, your whole career, people are going to ask you to do things that you're not capable of doing. Your prerogative is to look out for numero uno, okay, which is you, and you need to make sure that no matter what, you get paid. Okay? You need to get paid. And I made sure, like, we almost staged a walkout of Cuties over the fact that they weren't getting paid as adults. They wanted to pay them, like, as kids. And I was like, look, you're sexualizing them as adults. Pay them like adults. Okay? What the fuck are we doing here? All right? And I had to talk with the producers. Again, I talked to the Obamas at Netflix. I was like, look, guys, this is some bullshit. Okay? I thought you were socialists. I listened to Rush Limbaugh. I thought Obama was a communist. Really thought he was a communist. And then I met the guy. I'm like, dude, you don't give a fuck about the people. You're a more capitalist motherfucking pig than anyone. Okay? Look at you at Netflix sexualizing kids, not paying them right. That's bullshit. Capitalist. So make sure you check out Cuties is what I'm saying. Okay? It's a great story. And I had a great time working with the people. So that was a lot of fun. While we're on that subject, I do real quick want to do the porn star of the podcast. This week on the episode, we have the lovely Priya Rai. Priya Anjali Rai to some. We'll go into her biography here real quick. So her birth name is Anjali Sipe, I believe. So tiny, 5'3", but lovely, busty, and shapely brunette knockout. Priya Rai was born on December 25th, Christmas, 1977 in New Delhi, India. Rai was abandoned at birth by her biological parents. Fortunately, Priya was adopted by American parents at age 2 and brought to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where she grew up in the suburbs. Rai studied marketing at Arizona State University. She started out in the adult entertainment industry, working as a stripper for several years. Priya subsequently went on to become a softcore glamour model who specialized in swimwear and lingerie shoots. Rai first began performing in explicit hardcore movies at age 29 in 2007. Wow. It's a late start, honestly. She has appeared in X-rated features for such notable companies as Evil Angel, Bang Productions, Pulse Distribution, Digital Playground, Jules Jordan Video, and Pure Play Media. In 2009, Priya not only was nominated for an AVN Award for Best New Starlet, but also won an AVN Award for Best All-Girl Group Sex Scene. The mother of 2 children, Rai resides in Phoenix, Arizona. So, that is Miss Priya Rai, this week's porn star of the podcast. I've been a big fan of hers for a long time. One of the few, not few, obviously there's other Indian porn stars as well, but she was like one of the big Indian porn stars to really go viral before it was viral. Obviously, a lot of people, when you talk about brown women in porn, not black women, brown women in porn, the name that comes to mind is Mia Khalifa a lot of the times because she went viral more recently. But Priya Rai was one of the actresses who really laid the groundwork for a lot of the modern stars you see today, the Sunny Leones and the Mia Khalifas and stuff like that. So shout out to Priya Rai. Like I said, I'm a big fan. I didn't know she was an Arizona Sun Devil as well. So go Sun Devils there. And the story, every porn star has a different story. And for her, the fact that she was abandoned by her birth mother in India and adopted by parents in Minneapolis, like, what an amazing story. What an amazing story. What an amazing journey that she has taken. And now she's raising 2 kids in Phoenix, Arizona. And, like every career, there's ups and downs. But, she was able to win an AVN award in 2009, right? She didn't start doing porn until she was 29. Like, that should tell you, it's never too late. I'm 26. I could be a porn star in 3 years. I could. It's doable. I think. I don't know. I don't think I have the dick for porn. And I don't mean size-wise. I mostly mean shape-wise. Like, I don't have that straight cock that they're looking for in porn. Mine is a little bit banana. Got a little bit of curve to it, not gonna lie. So, I don't know if that's what any porn viewer or production company or anything would be looking for. So, I don't think that that's gonna work out for me in terms of being able to do porn professionally. As the male guy who fucks chicks. I don't know. I mean, there's so much niche porn, you can always find a role, like, in a certain niche porn, but for me, I would always have wanted to go into mainstream porn, like the big times, the big leagues, your Brazzers, your Pornhub premium stars, shit like that. That's kind of where I would want to go if I were going to go into porn. For me, it's go big or go home, right? Like, what are we doing? I want to fuck the top porn stars. Like, I want to fuck Vanessa Blue. I want to fuck Kira Noir. I want to go in there and fucking go top shelf Peta Jensen, even though she's retired, and I think we will feature her at some point soon on the podcast. But yeah, it's a tough industry. It's like comedy a little bit. I'm sure there's porn open mics where you show up and, you give them your hot 3 minutes and they're like, hey, keep working on it. Make sure you move the mic stand next time, maybe. I don't know. Kind of blocked your dick. Like, your dick kind of got hidden behind the mic stand. So, that's going to make it hard for us to film you effectively. But that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So, maybe I wasn't meant to be a porn star. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. You can't win them all, dude. You can't win them all. And that's it's unfortunate because I like to win. I was having this argument yesterday with my buddy Aaron White, talking about LeBron and Kawhi Leonard, who's the greatest. For me, we were talking Jordan and LeBron, obviously, and then we started talking. This is what really sparked it, was I said, I think Kawhi Leonard, right now, in the modern game, Kawhi Leonard is the better player. I think. Okay? And also, you look at Kawhi and you look at LeBron, I think they're even on championships, 3 apiece. Okay, LeBron's gone to more finals and he's put LeBron is one of the greatest NBA players of all time. But I maintain that Jordan's better. Here's why. Clutch. Okay, in the clutch, I'd rather have Jordan taking the shot. And I think a lot of people, if they're honest with themselves or had money on the line, they'd want Jordan taking that shot. LeBron has lost 6 finals. It's a lot of finals to lose, and some of those were not, like, you lost to Dirk Nowitzki, who I love. Obviously, I'm German. I love Dirk Nowitzki. He's a fucking hero of mine, and to watch him defeat that super team in Miami was pretty cool. And I got the locker room championship shirt and the hat to prove it. I'm fuck yeah, Dallas, dude. But LeBron should have won that. The fact that he didn't, again, that's, to me, a negative check on his record. You look at, I think the second loss to San Antonio, right? It's like you beat him the year before. Go out and beat him again. I thought you were great. And yeah, Tim Duncan, those Spurs teams, some great teams. But you're LeBron James. You're trying to be the best, dude. And that's part of what I love about competition, right? That competition is how we find out who's the best. And at the end of the day, you lost 6 finals. Okay, Jordan won 6 finals. You won 3. Made it to 9, but you lost 6 of those. So I don't give a fuck when you lose finals. I don't respect that. Okay? And so we were talking about Kawhi, and I think in the modern game, Kawhi's better. I think he's a better defender than LeBron, and that's not to say LeBron's not a good defender. I think he's a great defender, but Kawhi is also a great defender, and I think a better one. He's a better outside shooter. And in the modern NBA game, that's very important. And this is a big thing that I was talking about yesterday with my buddy. LeBron is not the best outside shooter. He's not a bad outside shooter. But what he does way too much is his shot selection, to me, is poor. Okay? It's like, dude, you're 6'9", 285. You can get to the rim and score every time if you want to. If you want to. You can get to the rim and score, or at least draw a foul and get to the line every fucking time. But the amount of times he settles for a third quarter 3, okay, and just doesn't make it, I'm just like, bro, you just lost 2 points right there. You could have gone to the rim, ISO, and fucking 2 points. Or, because he is a great passer, better passer than Jordan, better passer than Kawhi, better passer than a lot of people, he could have driven in and kicked it out, but he decides to jack up these threes that I don't think are warranted. And he's not a bad three-point shooter, but he's not good enough at shooting threes to warrant. And it's not even that he's not good enough. He's so good at taking it to the rack and finishing, or taking it to the rack and dishing it. He's so good at that when he doesn't do that, to me, it's frustrating. And I think it's an ego thing. I think his ego is part of what holds him back, because it's like, dude, don't shoot the 3. He makes 1 out of 4 threes or 1 out of 3 threes. I don't know what his career 3-point percentage is. It's like, dude, you know how much higher the percentage of points scored would be if you just took it to the rack most of the time. But I think he has this ego that threes are sexy. Okay, they, especially in the modern game, they're very sexy, so I get it. But it's like, bro, take it to the rim. And I know that this is not a sports podcast, but it is a capitalism podcast. And there is the idea of competition. And as a competitor, I don't think LeBron is even at Kobe's level. I don't. And I don't know if I would put Kobe ahead of LeBron overall, but if we're ranking you on a level of competitor, it probably goes Jordan, Kobe, maybe LeBron 3, but it's like, I'd really have to dig through and look at some of the other players, because there have been a lot of fierce competitors in NBA history, but, if you want to be the greatest, there's a reason Michael Jordan's the greatest. He was the greatest competitor. He had all those other tools, too. Great defender, great shooter, great clutch player, which, again, a thing I look at LeBron, I'm like, dude, fourth quarter, 20 seconds on the clock. Dude, I would rather have Jordan. I would rather have Kobe. I would probably rather have Kevin Durant. I mean, if LeBron's on my team and he's the best player on my team, yeah, you give him the ball and you say, take it to the fucking hoop right now. Play to your competitive strength, dude. That's what I was saying. It was like, part of greatness is knowing your strengths and playing to them. It's like he doesn't know that that's his strength, here's the thing. He knows that that's his strength. He takes it to the rack a lot. But he doesn't do it enough. He doesn't. And when you refuse to play into your strengths all the way and you give into your weaknesses too much, that's how you lose 6 finals. Okay? And you can call me out on this and be like, you're full of shit. You're full of shit, Marcus. LeBron's great. He is great. I'm also a biased Detroit Pistons fan who remembers 2007 when LeBron went fucking ham on us in the conference finals and beat us. I remember that. I was a little kid. Not happy about it. Still not. Still fucking raging about it. So, I'm telling you I'm biased on this. I am biased on it. And I'm sorry. Not sorry. That's off topic. But yes, I do believe Michael Jordan is greater. And I think LeBron has still, he could still at the end of his career be ahead of Jordan. But to me, I'm like, dude, you're 35. You've had all the opportunities in the world. You could have 9 rings. You could have 9 rings. You could have 7 rings. He could have more than 3. That's for sure. We all know that. And yeah, okay, in 07 after you beat the Pistons and you had to take on the Spurs, I get it. Tough finals. I don't even blame him on that. Taking that young Cleveland team to the finals. But 2011, 2014, man, that's 2 rings you missed out on right there. You look at Cleveland and it's like, man, you got shat on by Golden State the last 2 years. And people are like, well, that's because they had Kevin Durant. It's like, yeah, but I thought we were saying LeBron's the greatest. Why is the fact that he has to go against Kevin Durant and Steph Curry now all of a sudden invalidate the fact that he lost that finals? Well, Kevin Durant and Steph Curry are 2 of the greatest players of all time. Hold on. I thought you were saying LeBron was the greatest. So why is he losing so much? Well, it's because the Lance, then he's not the greatest. Sorry. I look at results. The results say he's not the greatest. And if you want to talk about points, he scored more points. Well, he also started playing basketball at age 18 in the NBA. And Michael Jordan played 2 years in college and then played 2 years in minor league baseball. If LeBron wants to prove that he's better than Michael Jordan, go play minor league baseball. Go be a mediocre AA baseball player, bat .250, hit a couple home runs, then I'll have the conversation. I just had the conversation, but I'll have it with a more open mind if LeBron can prove that he can play mediocre minor league baseball. Okay? That's what I want to see. If you can't do that, I don't even know what we're talking about. Let alone the dunk contest. Bro, play some minor league baseball. Okay? Go be an outfielder. Go rob a home run that makes an all-time highlight reel about the time that LeBron robbed a home run. If you can't do that, LeBron, I don't think you're the greatest. Sorry. Overcome AIDS like magic. Do that. Then, okay, greatness. Be white like Larry Bird. Okay, all right, you had that. That's a big obstacle to overcome. Being white in the NBA, it's tough. Tough. AIDS, minor league baseball, and being white. If he does if he Sammy Sosa's it in minors, goes white, and gets AIDS, then LeBron's the greatest. Doesn't even need to win any more rings. Get AIDS, Dye your skin white like Sammy Sosa, and then go hit home runs with a cork bat in minor league baseball. And I'm fucking down, LeBron. I'm down. I'm fine with that at that point. I'm cool with that. Then I think you're great. Until then, nope. Don't think you're great. I'm kidding. You're great. LeBron is great. He's not the greatest. That's all I'm saying with it. That's really the whole point. But, you know, I appreciate you for listening to this episode. You know, I'm going to wrap it up here in a second. I'm shooting this in my car. I'm down here in Oklahoma. I'm fucking livid. Fucking livid. About Governor Whitmer. She forced me to come to Oklahoma because she won't open goddamn comedy clubs in Michigan. So now I'm in Oklahoma where there's only two things, steers and queers. And guess what? I ain't got no horns. So I'm a fucking queer. I was in the gay part of Oklahoma City yesterday. It's called Paseo. And I made a joke about, like, why does the gay district in Oklahoma City look like the redneck part of every other state? I was like, because we got there and they were like, yeah, this is like the artsy, cultural gay part of town. And I'm looking around, I'm like, this is your gay part of town. You guys got a really bad gay part of... Y'all need some more gay folks in Oklahoma City. Like, this is your cultural area. Where's the culture? Like, I was like, it's just dive bars. Like, having a Joanne Fabrics is not culture. Like, I don't get it. I was so confused. But Oklahoma City has been fun. I've enjoyed it so far. So shout out to the people here. Like I said, I'm going to be in Forney, Texas on Saturday. And then I'm going to be back in Oklahoma City after that for about another week. And then back to Michigan. So right now, I don't know if my dates at Mark Ridley's are going to happen. October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I was supposed to be featuring there. I don't know if it's going to happen. I hope it does. We'll see. But the week after that, October 6th, 7th, and 8th, I will be doing the feature comedy shows with Mr. Mike Ball. I'll be headlining those for the very first time, so come check me out. I'll be in Saginaw, then Jackson, and then Midland, Michigan. So that'll be the 6th, 7th, and 8th. On the 6th, I'll be in Saginaw, 7th in Jackson, Michigan at the 308 Brass Rail, and then at the 702 Bar in Midland, Michigan on the 8th of October. So hit up Mike Ball, Future Comedy Show. Website is mikeball.com, and he's got tickets available on there, I believe. So, yeah, man, or I don't even know. I think I don't know which shows are free there and just donation-based and which ones have tickets. But either way, go to Mike Ball's website. Go to the Future Comedy. Like them on Facebook and everything like that, too. You know, like me on Facebook, too. Beard Von Marcus. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter. Whatever you got, man. Check me out. Send me a Cash App so I can buy more Bitcoin, dude. But thank you very much for listening to this episode of Markus Olind Loves Porn and Capitalism. It is brought to you by both porn and capitalism, baby! Peace.